Hey guys, I'm Grestar, and how about we play more Doki Doki Literature Club? So I did decide I wanted to play some more, and something that I wanted to show you too, because I realized this like just after I quit recording the last time, was if you look here at the folder and the characters, so there was the happy thoughts and we read the trace back, but if you look characters folder, there's no longer Sayori. Sayori's file isn't there, so yeah, I thought that was interesting. Just thought I'd share that with you. Honestly though, I started this, and just seeing this screen, everything sounds happy and fine, but you see this screen and like, Sayori, I'm sorry, It was sad, but I have no idea what this means, but I want to see what will happen if I want to see if saying I love you will actually, stop Sayori from killing herself, it's not that I regret my decision, but I felt like that was the safer bet, was to say I love you, but I didn't feel that that was really necessarily fair to either the main character or to Sayori, so I want to see what'll happen if I actually just go back, and yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, okay. Save file's corrupt. Starting a new. Wait, no, wait. Okay. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is my neighbor and good friend since we were children. The kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let blah 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 catch up to me. Ah! 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 It's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that, but I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I feel that. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Riz? Hi, Monica, what's up, girl? Monica? Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So, having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for, anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I don't know, I have no idea. I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. Literature club! Made me jump. Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I could see that. But it's really not boring at all, Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga's literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monika say she? A female. Hey, Riz. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monika? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Ah, awesome. You're really sweet, Riz, you know that? It's nothing, really. Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. That's true, I'm very important. I'm so nervous about this part. Like, it's so weird because it becomes so suddenly casual and just chill again and everything seems normal, but then it has the random, like, glitches and things that make me jump and I don't know what's gonna happen and I'm nervous. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monika and her irresistible smile. Sold your soul to Monika, she's evil! I mean... I timidly follow Monika across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monika, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back! And I brought a guest with me. What's up, girl? How you doing, huh? A guest? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Riz. Thanks. Yup. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls! Oh my gosh! So, let me guess. You're Monika's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not! Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. No, she's vice president. I guess someone had to be, right? I'm afraid to click. If I click, something might happen, you know? Like, just that's the thing with every bit of dialogue. Every time I click, something might happen. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So, I ran into Riz in the classroom, and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monika! Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to... well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Riz? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monika and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monika. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. I just had a thought. What if, like, the first, with Sayori, what if that wasn't even, like, the first iteration? I mean, that's the first iteration that we experienced, but in this world, it seems like Monika has control, you know? What if we're just kind of, like, the first thing we experience isn't even the first thing that she experiences, or that the in-game main character experiences, you know? What if the club originally was bigger, and it was just gradually whittled down? I don't know, it's speculation. Which I'm not even sure I believe yet, it's just an interesting thought. Anyway, you could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. But then again, I mean, it is true enough, like, if it's a brand new club, and if it is about something that isn't necessarily that exciting to most people, I could see it actually just being small. And, you know, with the game starting the way we had it, like, that was actually how the club started too. I was just throwing that out there. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monika must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Riz, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give that back! Fine, fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. Sorry, I thought I saw a light, like Alexa showed, you know. Turn off. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. I'm thirsty, I'm gonna take a break before something jump scares me. Bloody heck, man, I'm tense right now. Like, y'all don't even know! Except for how I just told you. But, yeah, I'm like, I just don't know what to expect anymore. It's so weird. It's so weird. This game's trippy. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I feel like I'm just like slurring everything at this point. Maybe the nervousness, maybe just taking the drink, I don't know, but I messed up like all of those. She sinks down. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I mean, I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. That's true. In this timeline, she did. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Riz? Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? I'm not a member of the club, guys. I'm just visiting. Slam dunk. Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join the club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. Look at how sad they all look. Aww. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought... The girls exchange glances before Monika turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Riz. I'm so scared, I'm so scared, I'm so scared. What is it? The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. Oh, okay, that's better. It's better than whatever it could have been. Whatever it could have been. We need 4. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival... The guilt trip in me, man. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Riz? Yeah, it could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I'd be super pissed. Riz, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone, remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Riz, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 3 girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. Did it, I saved. Not that it matters really, I guess. Maybe it will. I mean, hey, you know, this save file doesn't involve Saori, so no corruption, right? Maybe. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Of course I'd like to read it. I'm so scared. Please don't jump scare me. Please don't jump scare me. Today I cut my skin open for the first time. It was exhilarating. I think I understand how blank feels now. I'm supposed to be the responsible one though, so I don't think I'll be doing it again unless I decide to kill myself. What? I left a memento of the occasion below. Oh, son of a gun! Oh, Yuri, please don't! Monica, what are you teaching her? I'm so scared. I'm so scared. Okay. Left click! Left click! Cake! I'm checking now. Is there anything new? I gotta see if there's anything freaking new. All the characters' files are still there. I don't know, is there a traceback thing? Not that I'm seeing. If there is something new, it's like buried in there. Freaking that poem. I'm surprised the poem didn't appear anywhere though, you know? I'm just looking at everything now in that folder. I'm like, did something else change? Because I don't know, maybe it did. I don't know. What is this? What is this? Nope, nothing I need. Yeah, I'm just gonna assume there's nothing new right now. But yeah, you can see Saori's gone. So we are going to do entropy, charm, journey, imagination, vitality, cry, daydream, laugh, twirl, melody, embrace, vivid, skipping, adventure, uncontrollable, memories. I'm sorry, I'm not pausing because of any of this. It's just thinking back again to that poem and to Yuri, and I don't know. Whoa, so I feel like that came across as dirty with the Yuri and then the tongue flailing. No, that was just me panicking. Would I date her? Maybe, but don't anyway. Sorry. Fantasy. Happiness. Raindrops. Comfort. Stop! No! Go away! Go away! Go away! Go! Ah! Something appeared in the folder. Guys, I'm scared. Something, look. Can you hear me? That's copyright and can you hear me? Those were both made today. So it was copyright. Oh, it actually is just a copyright thing. What the heck? It just says copyright Team Salvato. What about can you hear me? There's a little devil inside all of us. Beneath their manufactured perception, their artificial reality, is a writhing, twisted mess of dread, loathing, judgment, elitism, self-doubt, all thrashing to escape the feeble hold of their host, seeping through every little crevice they can find. Into their willpower, starving them of all motivation and desire. Into their stomach, forcing them to drown their guilt in comfort food, or into a newly opened gash in their skin, hidden only by the sleeves of a cute new shirt. Such a deplorable, tangled mass is already present in every single one of them. That's why I choose not to blame myself for their actions. All I did was untie the knot. You are pushing them! You horrible woman! There's a little devil inside of us. Beneath their manufactured perception, their artificial reality is a writhing, twisted mess of dread, loathing, judgment, elitism, self-doubt, all thrashing to escape the feeble hold of their host, seeping through every little crevice they can find, into their willpower, starving them of all their motivation and desire, into their stomach, forcing them to drown their guilt in comfort food, or into a newly opened gash in their skin, hidden only by the sleeves of a cute new shirt. Such a deplorable, tangled mass is already present in every single one of them. That's why I choose not to blame myself for their actions. All I did was untie the knot. Son of a biscuit. That is awful. That is awful. You were using people. You're hurting them. Stop it. I don't want to see Yuri all dead. I don't want to see it happen. I care about these girls. I don't want to see them all injured and dead and stuff. Hurting and Alright. Hi again, Riz. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. I'm worried. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Son of... Gosh! Oh! Oh! My heart skipped. It felt suddenly warm, you know? Like, just the... Oh! And... Did the music change, too? Felt like it, like, dropped key a little bit. There's nothing else, right? Oh, son of a gun. Oh, son of a gun. Thanks for keeping your promise, Riz. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it? Oh my god! Natsuki, why? Ah! This is getting me so bad. Oh, come on. Like, he deserves any slack. Also, they're so close to me. Was it not just me? Like, I thought that... I'm, like, hiding back here with my arms and everything. I felt like, you know, Monika was really close and then Yuri seemed close. Now, Natsuki's definitely close. Like, I feel like they're not usually this close to me. Come on, like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monika. That's true, yeah. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. What? That's... You're not even... You're in front of the text... I can't even read the text box! Monika, get out of the way! Natsuki, certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps manga collection in the classroom. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monika and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Riz. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointing glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read? Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. So it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask me. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. Every time the music dips like that. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it, if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monika to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Every time I switch, every time I click or anything, I'm scared now. I'm scared, period! I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Okay, well this is new, because last time, like, when Sayori was still a thing, we had our thing with Natsuki here. We got the book from Yuri, but then we read manga with Natsuki, didn't we? That's how I remember it. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book that you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. Is her face a little off? I feel like her eye isn't usually off of her head. wanted to reread some of it. Ah, her eyes back, thank you. Okay. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday. Now I'm assuming there have been glitches like that. Glitches. For a while, and I've just missed them, but... Things have seemed a little off, but not enough for me to, like, say anything, and I haven't wanted to, like, really study, because I'm scared. But yeah, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I don't know, I actually have, like, 2 copies of, I think, 2 different books. Like, I have a hardback of the book Epic, and a softback of it. Then I think, like, some Warriors books, like, by Aaron Hunter. I think I have, like, 2 of those. Or 1 of them, rather. But that's partly because, like, the cover got completely trashed. I bought it used initially, I don't know. Anyway, something like that. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about, anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. I don't know what that is. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. I see, yeah, what made you think I'd like that? I'm just curious. I just want to know, in that brief moment when you met me, made you think that I would like this thing about, like, a religious cult with becoming an experiment prison on humans. I don't know. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. It's delightful. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs. You know what? You're fine. You're free to like that kind of stuff. In stories. Don't like it in reality. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like I was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Hey, that's like this game. It looks like it's gonna be nice, and then a dark twist. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Riz? I'm not, no, not really. No, it's not that. It's kind of that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I'm sticking my tongue out so much, I'm just so nervous about everything now. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. Forgot? Or she's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story, it's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people, and we're all worthless anyway. I just don't even... Click! What? Don't give me a suddenly and then just leave! You can't just... I mean, don't have anything appear, but what the... I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body gets... What? Your body gets what? What happens to your body? Hey, that... Okay, hold on, return. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. You... I mean, look, it includes this one. Horrible people in all worth anything suddenly... But it didn't show the other one. There's not the other one there. About your body. Ah! And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all. Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? No, stop it, you gotta, no, stop, cut it out. Gosh, God. Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but... What are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I'd put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. My heart is pounding. This is so much worse than Outlast and Amnesia. Honestly, for me. Like, this is a lot more tense than I think I was, like, really ever in that game. Or those games. Because, like, in those games, like, they were scary, and there were jump scares and everything. But, a lot of them you could kind of tell when they were coming, or they were the same thing. And I think a big part of it, though, is in those games, I kind of... Not that this can go, it can be double-edged, you know, but I had control in those games, you know? Even if I couldn't fight back, because in those games, you know, you don't have a weapon. But I could run. I could react. Here, anything can happen on the screen. Anything can happen. Not to mention, too, that in those games, you know, I wouldn't expect too many visual things to appear in like a startling fashion, you know? I mean, the most startling visual thing that could happen, like in Amnesia, I guess you could have vision suddenly. But usually in the two games, it was just more like, oh, you round a corner, oh, there's a dude that jumps out, you know? Or you're walking through a tunnel, like, oh, a severed head falls down into the water, you know? Like, something like that. But this one is just like, anything is possible. The game is, like, it's glitched, because intentionally, it's, oh, madness. So it's getting me a lot. It's getting me a lot. I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Cue outro, go!